All right, let's see. Let's make sure we're live and ready to rock and roll. How's everybody's Thursday? Let's make sure that's up. That's up. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, we should be live now. How is everybody? Welcome back. Day 4 of the 5-day challenge. Here we go. We're good. Think sound's working. That's working. Let me turn this up. There we go. Now we're moving. All right. So welcome back. Day 4 of the 5-day challenge. Have you showed up every day? Have you watched the videos? If you haven't, go back and watch day 1. They will be erased by Tuesday of next week. So make sure you get all the content, take good notes, and hopefully this is going to get you 10. The goal is to get you 10 to 15 leads every single day right into your inbox if you take my course. I'm just giving you the free stuff right here. I'm going to give you what you need to be thinking about, what you can do to, expand what you can do. But because there's a lot to it. There's just a lot to it, but I make it pretty simple. It's a 12-week course that I walk you through, and I'm going to show you what you need to be doing to be networking and to growing your network and to get 10 to 15 leads in your inbox each and every day. It is possible. It's very easy. It's not easy to do, but it is a process, a step-by-step process to start getting you leads in your inbox each and every day. And you can't do it by yourself. You just can't. Anybody that's successful has help. They have a team usually. Go look around to the successful people that are making 6, 7, 8 figures a year, and you will see they have a team. They have help. They have mentors. They have coaches. So if that is you, and you don't have one, then you need to get one. I'm just telling you straight up. So let's kick off today. I'm excited about today. Hopefully you are as well. And let's start. Today, we're going to talk about some goals. We're going to talk about some goals and some plans and some ways to get into networking groups and to use them to your best advantage so that you continue to get new people, to continue to have leads and referrals coming right to your inbox. So let's call this one maximizing networking opportunities. So write that down, maximizing network opportunities. Okay. Now, what does that involve? I think you have to have a plan or an agenda going into a networking group. You've got to have your 30-second pitch, which we talked about yesterday. You have to decide, it's a decision, what you're going to say, who you're going to meet, who you want to meet, what you're going to ask them. Very simple, but as long as you have a plan, it's just like, I told you I'm remodeling my house, and I've never put down floors. I've painted before, but I've never put down like a laminated floors or whatever. And they stick together. Seems pretty simple, right? But have you ever done it? If you haven't, it's very difficult. It's not easy. But here's what I want. Here's my lesson that I want to teach you is, you just like networking groups. Now that I've done it, I'm on my 4th room now. You think I'm a lot quicker now? Well, same thing with you when it comes to networking and meeting other people. Is that's what happens? Is you get better at it, and you start getting your spiel down, and you start talking, you start asking the right questions, and it turns in to being very, very profitable for you, because you'll start meeting people that will start sending you people. I met several great people yesterday. It was wonderful. I had a great one-to-one yesterday, and I've already sent out, I meet people. I love meeting people. I love meeting people so that I can send them people, because I'm constantly meeting others. So that's why I do it. And then what happens in return is typically someone will send me someone that they know, that they maybe know, like, and trust. And then they'll send me a client or two or what have you. And it cycles. So just imagine it building on itself. Just imagine if you gave networking a real good chance and what it would do for your business if you did it constantly and consistently and persistently each and every week. Would your inbox not be full? It would be. You give anything a constant effort over and over and over, it'll happen. You'll see the results. It's just naturally. Now, Don't do the wrong things, of course. But if you continue to give something a valuable effort, I always say give something 90 days. Give something 90 days. If it don't work in 90 days, it's trying to do something different. It's time to do something different. So let's also talk about understanding the context to make conversations more meaningful. Again, I go back to asking the right questions. What do you do? Who do you help? My favorite question when I'm in a one-to-one is, who's your favorite client? Or I'll say, who did you recently help and how did you help them? What is the problem that you solve? Because when you realize that, when you understand what problem they solve, you can find other people that have that same problem. And then you just send them on over and you just send them more people. And it turns into a cycle because they send you somebody. I had a girl the other day I hadn't talked to in a while. And I've sent her probably, oh my goodness, 12 or 13 folks, clients. And all of a sudden she filled my inbox. This was last week. All of a sudden I got like, oh my gosh, it was like 9 people in my inbox from her. And I hadn't talked to her in months. But that's the thing, is they start stacking on themselves. It's like, oh my gosh, I got to find some more people, And what happens too, I've got a gentleman, I think it's next week, that got on my calendar because I had sent him like 7 people. And so he gets on my calendar. I was like, oh, we're meeting again. He's like, yeah, man. He said, I gotta find you some people because you're sending me people. Think about that. If you're sending people, leads and referrals, what are they naturally going to do? They're going to send you people. So just really, to me, it's a game. To me, it's fun to get out there and really just start sharing your leads and sharing referrals and sharing people, and because it comes back, it does. It just naturally does. And so it's fun the more I do it, the more leads you get. It's just, are you willing to do the work? Napoleon Hill says all the time, if you do the work, the results will show, period. So just do the work. Other things I want you to think about is setting those goals and being realistic about your goals. You can't go into a networking group and say, hey, I'm going to meet 10 people. That's kind of hard to do because you're going to have to. I mean, you can. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying it takes a little bit of time to build that up. But having a realistic goal, like I go in to meet 5 to 7 people. That's usually my goal, 5 to 7 people, and get them on my calendar. That's usually my goal. Can I meet 5 to 7 people, get them on my calendar? Because let's use a little bit of common sense here. If I meet 7 people, somebody's going to know somebody that knows someone that I'm looking for. Like I like, my favorite are like your skilled trades or even service-based industry. So if I say skilled trades, I mean like a roofer, a contractor, a landscaper, a pest control. I love those from my live chat service. Okay. When it comes to my coaching, I want somebody that's never done networking before, or maybe they're scared of networking. They don't understand how important networking is. I want to meet that person. Okay. So I know exactly what I'm looking for. So when you go in and you know exactly what you're looking for, you'll know what you can try to do. Now you can share who you're looking for, and people can send you people, and being specific about that. But again, setting realistic goals. Don't set something crazy, but if you set, it's bite by bite. We talked about this yesterday with the 1%. It's bite by bite. It's just go to one a week. Do one networking group a week. Do one. Then start then do 2. A lot of times I think, and I don't know if I said this, I think I said this on day 1, but it's that pendulum on the clock. Do the 1, do your 1, do your 1, then go do your 2, and then do 3. And it's that consistency, and just think like a clock with that pendulum. It never stops. It just boom, boom. And just like this, I mean, how many of you showed up each day? Can you show up consistently for 90 days straight? Can you do that? If you showed up 90 days straight and you're a small business owner and you're an entrepreneur, your business would explode. But things come in the way. It happens. But how do you block that out? And that's what I teach in my class, in my course, my 12-week course, is how you've got to have somebody to hold you accountable. You've got to have somebody to say, hey, you show up this time, you do this is what you need to do. And if you do those things, you'll see the results. But if you don't, it's just not going to work. And I go back to what I talked about yesterday. If you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. If you keep doing the same thing you did this year, next year, it's going to get the same. You're going to see the same thing. You're going to see the same results. And then also, when it comes to finding influencers, people like mine is digital marketers. I love digital marketers because they're out there. They have clients. They help them with websites and with my live chat. That's great. They a lot of times are not really networkers, so I can help them on that side of it. But there's a lot of things that you can really do when you decide who your influence, who's the people that can send you more people. Those are great. Circle of influence, COI, circle of influencers. Okay. Also, following up after networking events. This is massive. Like if I have somebody cancel, you're getting a message from me going, man, I hate I missed you. I had so much I wanted to share with you, and I've got 3 people ready to hear about your business. Oh yeah, follow up is everything. Follow up is everything. If follow up is where all the action, that's where the money's at. There's millions and millions of dollars lost in the follow up because people don't follow up. They just quit. Somebody says no, they just quit. No just means no, not right now. So same thing is very true with networking events. Once you go to a network event and you get somebody's information, send them a message. Hey, thanks for meeting with me. Hey, I met a guy. What's that? Yeah, that was yesterday, the day before yesterday, that he reached out to me and just said, hey, I saw you in the networking group. Let's chat. Boom. I love that because you know who it usually is? It's usually me. It's usually me going out there and doing it. So think about your business right now. Are you trying? Are you waiting for people to come to you? Or are you being proactive? My coach, you know what my coach says, attack mode. Don't be in retreat mode, be in attack mode. I want this. If you want it, go get it. Because it's not just going to come, people are not going to line up and say, hey, I need what you have. They're just not. They just don't. They don't call you and go, I want your product. I want your service. They just don't. You have to go earn that. You have to become that person of interest, that person of, hey, that's the person that they do. And if you don't, if you're not that person, then I'm telling you, you'll get left and you'll be sitting on the sideline while everybody else is getting the business. You have to be their person that they need, but you have to be in front of them over and over and over again. So the follow-up is very, very important. And having some type of drip campaign. We talk about that in my courses, having some type of drip campaign or some kind of email sequence. You guys get emails from me all the time. And the reason being is because I'm constantly throwing my word out there and following up and, hey, what's going on? What can I do to help? Here's what we can do for you. Then also, being timely with your follow-up, doing it not too much, but don't forget to do it. And then also making it personalized so that it's you, that you've got a brand, that your presence is the same, your follow-up is the same, your talk is the same. When you start bouncing around a little bit, people know it. They want consistent. If you show them consistent, they'll be consistent to you. And then also discussing, maybe events that happen in the networking group. That always helps. But the best thing you can do is initiate. One of the best things I think to do is just go out there and be intentional. That was my word this year, is intentional. I got to figure out a word for next year. But intentionality. I'm going to go out there and this is what I'm going to go do. This is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do it. I'm going to do it myself. And that's when the magic happens and you start sharing who you really are, what you do, and people will see that. They'll see that inside of you and they will want to work with you. They will want to bring you people. They will want to bring you leads and referrals and all those things. But you have to do the work. And it's like this. I talk to my CEO of my networking group all the time. Number one, why do you think I want to talk to him? Because he's got the master list. He's got everybody's name, phone number, email, everything, right? He's got all their information. So you got to be friends with that person. That's the master person, right? So you get friends with him. And then number two is you make sure he knows what you do so he can send you people. You make sure him or her, make sure that person knows, because they're called a power networker. Remember, we talked about this. Find power networkers, find people. I met a lady, she was awesome the other day. She don't even know where she came. She all of a sudden's on my in my inbox. But either way, I met with her and she knows a ton of people. And so she said, "Oh my God, Jimmy, I love what you're doing." So she's here, sending me people left and right. Think about that. Is that what's happening in your business? Are people sending you people left and right? If they're not, then you're not doing the work. You got to do the work. You got to do the process. And that's what I can show you how to do. We take it 12 weeks and we go step by step. Exactly. Here's what I do. I'm going to show you what I do to get leads coming in each and every day. It is amazing. It is a journey. It is fun. And I want you to go on that journey with me because I love doing it. I love taking people right through that walk. It's a walk right through this networking process to where you walk out of there, you will have 10 to 15 leads coming in your inbox each and every day if you do the steps, if you do the homework, if you do the work, if you're in attack mode, if you're intentional, if you do your follow-up. If you do all those things, it will work. But if you only do part of it, remember, it's just like baking a cake. If I put in 2 eggs instead of 1 egg, if I put in no eggs instead of 2 eggs, it's not a cake. If I don't put the flour in, it's not a cake. To make everything work, you have to have somebody to guide you. You have to be accountable. You have to do the steps. And that's when the magic happens. Most people don't do all the steps. Most people do they halfway do it. They partly do it. But when you do the full step all the way through, you get a coach, you get a mentor, you get somebody to help you go through it, you'll make it. You'll be fine. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. But at least you'll have a guide. And that's what I want you to think about. Do you have somebody that's going to help you get from A to Z in 2024? I'm your networking coach. Get on my calendar. Let's schedule a call. Let's see how I can help you. Let's see what your goals are. And let's see if I can help you get from A to Z next year. Have a great day. I'm Jimmy B, your networking coach. We're talking day 5 tomorrow. We're going to build and nurture relationships. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Jimmy B, I'm out.